In the Dragon Ball series, we are honored by the presence of the bystanders. And who are they? Pretty much most of the Z fighters aside from the obvious Goku, Vegeta, Gohan and a few other key characters. These characters who infamously bystand throughout the series don't just remind us of how useless they can be, but also highlight the growth of our main heroes. Today, we're diving into the art of bystanding in Dragon Ball. But before we continue, please leave a like and subscribe as we are steadily growing this community. Now in Dragon Ball, we've got top tier villains who constantly bring new levels of strength and power, pushing Goku and Vegeta to reach new heights. However, despite this recurring theme in almost every arc, the Z fighters always group up and head to battle with Goku as if they're going to make a difference. For example, when they tried to face off against Beerus after watching Majin Buu get absolutely flattened, I honestly wondered, what are you guys even thinking? Like bro really pieced them up with a chopstick. I don't know what kind of support they were planning to offer, but aside from being literal liabilities and dying in the most disrespectful ways, they seem to exist purely to give Goku the push to reach new levels of power. As the series progresses and characters are now capable of universe level destruction, the members of the Bystanders Club only seem to grow. But before we go any further, let's talk about the big three bystanders in Dragon Ball: Krillin, Yamcha and Tien. These guys show up for battle time and time again, and at this point I've come to expect absolutely nothing from them, and to me they're basically background noise. First, let's look at Tien. He's one of the few Z fighters who keeps up with his training throughout the entire series. And what does he have to show for it? Well, in the Saiyan saga, one of the few times his fight actually lasted longer than 30 seconds, Nappa first disrespected him by pocketing his hand, and then Chiaotzu, his closest friend, sacrificed himself to save him. Tien retaliated with the Tri-Beam and put himself to sleep without leaving a scratch on Nappa. You'd think that after that major defeat he'd hang up the martial arts for good, but no, he comes back, better and stronger, as a master spectator. He finally puts his third eye to good use to passively observe the Cell Saga, whether it's confronting the androids with the other Z fighters or watching Gohan battle Cell. The thing with Tien is he's an active martial artist and should be holding his own, at least as much as Piccolo, but he just falls off severely. Now, the second member of the big three, and my personal favourite, has to be Yamcha. We all know Yamcha's taken some legendary L's and basically became the comedic relief of the series. His fight against the Saberman, I don't even need to explain that one further, but the reason Yamcha is my favourite is because he knows he's a bystander. He's aware the guys beside him can destroy planets and he's just there for some good old moral support. His whole dilemma during the team selection for the Tournament of Power perfectly sums up his character. He doesn't want to fight but doesn't want to look weak either. That's why I don't mind Yamcha. He genuinely doesn't want to be there and is a true victim of peer pressure. Last but not least, we have the ultimate bystander, Krillin. Krillin to me thinks like Yamcha but acts like Tien. Either way, he's constantly taking L's. There's no better example than when he got lit up like a firework by Frieza. In moments like that, all I can think is, why are you even here? Time and time again, he's caught lacking. When the Z fighters faced off against Android 17 and 18, at least Tien stepped forward and attempted to fight. Not that it did anything, but Krillin just froze up and watched as everyone got absolutely demolished. And let's not forget that in the same arc, Krillin had a rare chance to actually make a difference. When he had the detonator to destroy the androids, the same androids that killed everyone in Future Trunks' timeline, he completely folded. Why? Because he got rizzed up by a robot. This allowed Cell to absorb them, and Krillin went back to his bystander ways, while Goku dies and Gohan fights for his life. After that, Krillin really had no choice but to step down, maybe become a stay-at-home dad or something, but all he ever did was toss Senzu beans or help carry bodies back to safety. However, if you're going to be a bystander, at least do it with finesse. Like the GOAT, Mr. Satan. This man shows up to every battle, does nothing, and somehow ends up with all the glory. He got his money up, his clout up, and is not even breaking a sweat. Now, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you. Please leave a like and subscribe and comment on which characters you think should have been mentioned, and let me know if you've enjoyed this style of video.